tied up, no more love, and I'd hate to see you waiting. Had to have high hopes for a living, shooting for the stars when I couldn't make a killing. Didn't have a time, but I always had a vision, always had high.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Legends Never Die podcast. This is your host, Hunter Ferget, alongside co-hosts Dustin and Matt. We've got both boys back in the house, and we're ready to roll today. We got newly crowned NBA Finals champions, Toronto Raptors, to talk about. A lot of NBA free agency. The draft's coming up this week. NFL a little bit there. MLB a little bit there. But mainly what's going on in the NBA, even though it's off season, it's 365. Every day there's something going on there. So we'll talk a lot there. College World Series going on for baseball. And then International Fight Week coming up first week of July for UFC. Good boxing matches here and there coming up. We'll do a little bit of everything, but we'll kick it off with NBA, and you know what we have to start with. Anthony Davis. I got two Lakers fans sitting across from me. What do you guys think?
Championship 3 years in a row.
I agree.
I agree. I think 2020, 1,000,000% champions. I wish I would have took the bet when they were plus 600. They're probably minus 600 now. But I agree. Lakers got that.
Especially because we're getting our third piece, Jimmy Buckets.
That's the only question for me is who do they go get in free agency?
Who's the third piece?
It's
so
either,
Jimmy Butler's your
Who
third
knows?
piece. Matt, who do you think? You got to throw a name. Let's hear it. Who
I
you
got to throw a name. There's so many options. They want Kemba. They can get Jimmy Butler. Everybody wants Kawhi.
I'm going Kemba.
Could still possibly grab Clay.
And I think still possibly Kyrie's an option. Kyrie's expressed how much he wants to play with Davis. And obviously he's always coattailed LeBron. Or LeBron's coattailed him, excuse me. Kyrie's that guy.
Yeah, calm down, Skip. Yeah. Here's why I'm going to tell you they're getting Jimmy Butler and why they're not getting Kemba Walker. Jimmy Butler's begging to go to L.A. Kemba Walker's wanting to take a hometown discount to stay with Charlotte.
I don't buy that, though. We talked about it last week. The way he looked in that interview, I was like, I think he's just putting on a show, man. I think he's out of there at a discount to play with a contender.
And people
no
close
matter
to
what
him,
he says, I'm like,
People close to him says he doesn't want to leave the East Coast for some reason. I don't know why.
Who doesn't want to live in Los Angeles?
That's what I said, but they said he wants to live in Charlotte.
I don't know, man. I like Kemba there. I think that's a big move, but we'll skip the free agent talk for now. We'll just talk the Davis trade. So if you hadn't heard yet, it was the shot heard around the world. My phone freaking blew up with calls the minute it happened. I was very excited. As a New Orleans fan, I'm glad we didn't lose him for nothing. Obviously, in free agent next year, I knew a trade would get done eventually. We talked about it moments before on last week's show. We knew, I said maybe even within minutes, a deal was going to get done. Sure enough, right after the show was over, we had a deal. And the deal is Anthony Davis to the Lakers in exchange for Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, and 3 first-round picks, including the number 4 overall pick Thursday in the draft. So, I don't know. I like what New Orleans got out of the deal. I think they can definitely...
They got?
Oh, yeah.
They got the house.
Yeah.
They won the trade, no problem.
Only thing else that could have been better, obviously, was I would have rather Kuzma than any of the picks, I think. Even the
all
number 4
three of
overall
them are
pick.
future stars, possibly.
It was a win-win for both teams.
It was.
The Pelicans love being consistently mediocre because they don't want to cover the shine of their football team. And the Lakers are win now just like the Yankees.
Because
but
the
can
Rams
Pelicans
are trash.
build a contender around what they have here?
Huh?
Tell us what you just said before the show, who you think Pelicans are going after.
Oh, Bradley Beal, 100%.
I love the move.
They
I
could
heard nothing of this prior to 5 minutes ago, and I love this news.
They could get Bradley Beal right now for Lonzo Ball or the number 4 pick.
I do it for the number 4.
Because
I actually want to see Zoe in New Orleans, and I'm sure everyone heard the breaking news. Alvin Gentry got demoted to assistant coach.
No,
LeVar Ball's the head coach.
Oh.
I had to throw that in. I've been waiting all week to say that. Real
Shaq
shit.
came with the best troll in a long time. LeVar put on Twitter, "This is the worst move the Lakers have ever made in franchise history." And Shaq commented on there, "You mean second?"
Yeah, no
Definitely
joke.
the second worst.
They could have won rings on rings on rings, son, with him and Kobe.
No, I'm talking about the second biggest. He was talking about them signing Lonzo or getting Lonzo.
I
over
thought they
De'Aaron
meant getting
Fox.
rid of him.
Yeah, them getting Lonzo over De'Aaron Fox.
I thought they meant getting rid of him.
Nah,
I
he
thought
had to
he
go.
was definitely talking about.
Nah, he was
Getting rid
clowning.
of him. Yeah, that's
He was
what I
clowning
figured.
about them getting Lonzo over De'Aaron Fox. That's
I
why
don't know.
Magic.
I like Lonzo. I think he's a potential All-Star. It's gonna be almost nearly impossible to get All-Star in the.
He plays great
as a
defense.
guard in the
he
West,
can pass.
but he's gonna be a triple-double machine. I can't wait to see him throw lobs to freaking Zion.
Dude, if he
It's
can
gonna
get
be
his
insane.
three-point shot back, he'd be. I think he
If
would
you
be an
can't,
all-star.
if you can't
honestly.
throw lobs to LeBron, you can't throw lobs to nobody.
Can
Well,
LeBron
there
even
we're
jump
both
anymore? I don't even know if that man can get up out of his wheelchair and jump.
Yeah, Lonzo gonna be consistently mediocre his whole career.
I don't know.
With
I think
a-
he's gonna end up balling.
And the thing that nobody's taking, Brandon Ingram might never play again.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. From
Really?
what I've heard, he's
They
actually
wouldn't
doing
have
pretty good.
Traded him if he wouldn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
Chris
sure he's
Bosh-
pending all
Chris-
kinds of physicals
Chris
and stuff.
Bosh,
Yeah.
same thing. He went good for a couple months, and then boom, it was back again.
Yeah, let's just have a little faith here because we are somewhat New Orleans fans. Our closest team aside from Houston, so
No, I'm
chill
off.
out, chill out.
I'm
out.
off New Orleans.
Yeah, I'm on them. I'm back on them.
They just lost Julius Randle too.
I'm back on them, especially with this freaking hearing that Chris Paul's going to leave the Rockets. But we'll get to that in a second. First, let's give credit where credit's due. Shout out to Toronto Raptors in the 6. First NBA championship to the country of Canada. Congrats. Job well done. Kawhi Leonard, without him, no way they would have made it. He's 100% the reason for the season, and it's championship season in the 6. Way to go, Raptors.
We all called it.
I've said for the last 3 years the reason the Raptors are so good in the regular season and so bad in the postseason is, well, 2 reasons. One, they had to play LeBron every year, but
I think that's the reason. I mean,
two-
obviously.
No,
Yeah.
the reason is the Raptors always had this super deep team. No superstars except DeRozan, which really is borderline. Which
Yeah, he's borderline top 10.
no, not top 10.
Well,
top
he
20.
ain't even near superstar. Then he
Yeah,
ain't borderline
but-
if he ain't top 10.
But no, there's like 15 superstars. But anyways, so they build this super deep team where they can just run guys in and run guys out and keep everybody so fresh. And it just so happened they ran into the one team that had no bench and their superstars got hurt. Think about it.
Very
Think about it.
fortunate for sure.
They had Ibaka coming off the bench, Van Fleet coming off the bench. Think about it. They were good off the bench.
Oh, yeah, and then obviously Mark Gasol at midway through the year helped a lot. Danny Green, of course, helped a lot
He's a
experience-wise.
free
I know.
agent. He's in the Lakers' eyesight.
Yeah, he could sign a small contract there. Lakers got, what, $30 million to play with right now?
31.
$31 million, yeah. So they got money to make some moves. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, like we said, NBA Finals, congrats to the Raptors. I think it probably would have went a lot different. Obviously, if Durant wasn't hurt, it probably would have been a Warriors in a 5 or 6er. And if Clay wouldn't have got hurt, possibly even went to Game 7. But I think inevitably Raptors would have won. We called it from the jump. Me and Matt, at least, we've been riding them. Been betting them. My Raptors in 6 bet hit. Matt's Raptors series bet hit. Got a paycheck off that, plus 1,000. Cash it. Let's go.
Don't get me wrong, baby. Raptors Nation, I'm in.
Oh, yeah, Dustin. It ain't even football season yet, and Dustin's already bandwagon. Matt, you hear this?
Hunter's clowning me, but I found a picture of him in a Philly shirt.
Oh, stop it. I was probably 4 years old.
No, you were like 7, 8.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was wearing then. I would never wear that shit. All right, so NBA Finals, we got that. Kawhi was our MVP, of course. Boy balled out. Arguably one of the best players in the league, the best two-way player in the league, in my opinion, and the best free agent available, 100%, with Durant being hurt, and it's just no contest. Kawhi's the guy. Let the sweepstakes begin. Right now, the sports books have Toronto plus 110 as the favorite, is the co-favorite, with Clippers also a plus 110. And then it falls off from there. Plus 1,000 is the Knicks and Brooklyn, and then Lakers are a plus 1,500 coming in at 5th.
He
So
came
I think
out and
he's-
said he was only going to the Clippers or the Raptors.
Yeah, I think Raptors is a wrap. I mean, why wouldn't you stay, dude? You just won them a championship. You could keep all the same people you got except Danny Green, but they could even re-sign him if they want. Just stay there because you're going to most likely win the East. Who's going to beat you, 76ers? Boston with losing Kyrie and Horford? Doubt it. Other big news, Horford unrestricted
Think
free
about
agent now.
the scariest possible thing that could happen to a team is, think about if Kawhi went to Boston.
Oh yeah, it'd be a dog. Unbelievable. Kyrie would stay then, I'm sure.
No,
they couldn't afford it.
They
though.
said Kyrie has completely cut the Celtics off. Won't even answer the phone.
He's under new management too. I seen he left the guy that's did everything for him.
Yeah, and he's Rock Nation now.
Yeah, going to Rock Nation. Total Illuminati move, of course.
Yeah, he's going there.
What's more Illuminati than that?
He's going to Brooklyn, and D'Angelo Russell's walking.
D'Angelo Russell can walk back to L.A.
Nope.
I wouldn't
gonna
mind
get in the
seeing
way.
it. Yeah, but still, I wouldn't mind it.
He's going to go to Phoenix.
All right, so that's a wrap there. We'll talk other free agents real quick. We had Horford. Of course, we got all our big-name guys we've talked about for weeks now and that we just mentioned there. But we also had Horford come out and Barnes. I think both are still good players, 15 to 20 points a game on average, and they're both going to give you good rebounds and defense. So they could definitely help two teams. We'll see where they end up going. I see if Nets or Knicks completely strike out, they might sign one of the two just to get them there long term. So when they have those max slots open next year, they could build up more. But that's not really that important. We're all worried about the sweepstakes. We want to see where the big names are going. And we'll find out within the next week or two. July 1st, that's the day everything's going to start falling apart. And Anthony Davis started it.
I say the Lakers should take one of two routes. Try for Butler, try for Kawhi, try for Kyrie, try for Kemba. If you get none of the four,
they're getting one of the 400%, I feel like.
You got to go get Marc Gasol. Marc Gasol and AD. AD at power forward, Marc Gasol at center. Don't forget Boogie Cousins is a free agent too. And he would love to team back with AD, I feel like. But
yeah, I don't feel like he's worth the money he wants though.
No, but
I wouldn't pay him that $30 million for sure.
So you could either
I'd be scared to even pay him
Lakers,
20-25, which is kind of low these days for a ex-superstar. Not even going to say superstar by no means.
The Lakers could either go one more superstar and be weak, or they could go really, really strong bench.
I'd go one more star and be weak on the bench, dude. I mean, look how it's worked for the Warriors. Shit,
Didn't work this year, though.
I mean, they're a dynasty, dude. They could have won 4 out of 5 easily. They would have won 5 out of 5 with Durant on that team.
I do have to throw it out there.
LeBron would never beat them if Durant.
I do not want to hear a single word about they only lost because they didn't have, because of injuries. They'd have lost if the Cavaliers would have had Kyrie and Love the first year.
Yeah, true, but
that is true.
It is true that they wouldn't have lost without the injuries, I believe. I mean, I love the Raptors.
They'd have lost without KD. They're just not that good. You can say, they're better. They didn't even average 100 points a game without KD.
Still, bro, they're that team.
They're not that team. Patrick McCall's that guy, though.
They're going to be one team off.
Three-peat, boy. Patrick McCall.
Yeah.
3 seasons, 3 rings.
He got more rings than points per game.
Probably so.
Probably so for sure. I don't even know if he stepped on the court in the final. They probably put him in for the last 10 seconds type of deal, just so he could rub it in. But all right, guys, let's bounce out of NBA. Well, one more thing. We had mentioned that Chris Paul wants out. What you got on that, Dustin?
He ain't going nowhere. Can't afford it. Nobody wants him. He sucks.
So would Houston be crazy enough to release him to clear up that cap space, bring in Jimmy Buckets and someone else? Jimmy Buckets has expressed he wouldn't mind Houston, and he's really into Miami as well. I've heard more of Miami than anybody out of Buckets.
He's going to meet with the Lakers Monday.
Yeah, I just don't like him at the Lakers, dude. I don't know why. I like Buckets, and I like the Lakers, what they got going, but I just don't like the move. I don't like it. I think it's too much. I think he kind of hurt the 76ers, to be honest. They look like they were rolling fine without him to be honest.
You know who hurt the 76ers? The basketball gods for hurting Embiid again, and Ben Simmons not being able to make a 16-foot jumper.
Yeah, still, I don't think Butler's all that in a bag of chips, and I
really
like him.
It's easy when the guy handling the ball the whole game can't score.
Yep. All right. So Chris Paul out of Houston. We'll see what happens there, and then the NBA draft, like we mentioned, coming up. Zion, obviously the number 1. Ja Morant, number 2, of course, and R.J. Barrett's number 3. Although Knicks are bringing in Garland from Vanderbilt for a workout today, which kind of pissed R.J. Barrett off, I heard, and kind of put thoughts in their head that they may trade that pick, swap picks or something. But they're bringing Garland in. I think he's number 4, obviously. If New Orleans don't trade down, Dustin believes there may be a trade brewing. Bradley Beal for the number 4 pick. I sure hope so. And I've also heard that Knicks just declined Hawks' offer moments ago. Hawks have the number 8 and the number 10 overall, and they wanted to swap for the number 3 to take R.J. Barrett, which would have been sick. Trae Young and R.J. Barrett with a couple other guys they got there doing well. And a lot of people are overlooking Hawks have room for 2 max spots also. They said they're not going to do it yet, but they're not going to unleash it on them. They're going to let these guys build up. But could you imagine them getting 2 max free agents soon?
Yeah.
With Trae Young wouldn't be bad
Hey
at
guys, who wants to come play for the Hawks? You know, we've been good once before.
all. Shoot,
A
they could
long
definitely
time
be
ago.
good though with what they're building. I believe.
You just don't get good free agents if you're not good. Charlotte,
I mean, if you have
you
the potential
figure-
to be good, you do.
You figure Charlotte, my God, they had
I mean, you're saying that,
Kimber-
Dustin, and we're talking about a couple weeks ago, before injuries, we're talking about the Knicks and fucking Brooklyn getting Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. And you're
Well,
saying bad teams don't get good free agents?
The Knicks are the 3rd poster in the NBA, and the poster, it's Lakers, Bulls.
Well, yeah, they're a good franchise, but still. They were the worst team in the league last year.
And Brooklyn's getting free agents, or getting Kyrie, because Kyrie grew up 10 minutes from the stadium.
Yeah, and they're also looking at others like Kawhi and
And they're
plenty
not
other
gonna get
people are
any
looking
of
there. Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know. I disagree with that.
I feel
statement.
bad for the Knicks. First they were getting Zion, then they were getting Kyrie, then they were getting KD, and KD tears his Achilles. What an offseason for the... Give a round of applause for the big
They
bad
said, though, if
Knicks.
the Knicks said a couple weeks ago if they couldn't sign 2 max, they were going to hold off and wait another year. They were just going to suck another year and try again next year for 2.
Yeah, go get one of them boys from Memphis. Memphis' college basketball team is about to be stupid good. They're going to win the championship easily.
All I know is number 1 pick overall next year in the NBA is already a wrap. LaMelo to the Lakers, or LaMelo to New Orleans. LaMelo's number 1 pick.
New
obviously.
Orleans probably will have the number 1 pick.
That
if
kid
Lonzo's
legit
leading
is
the
balling,
team.
though. Have y'all watched the kid? He's the best high school athlete in the world, I think.
He was in like the
He's in Australia now. He just signed with Australia.
He was playing in
Australian
some
league.
little league.
They said it's the most competitive, aside from the NBA, this little 9 or 11 team league he's just joined. I was reading a little bit about it.
They say
said
the
it is.
Euro League that Kristaps and Luka Doncic came from is like playing in the D League. And
So why wouldn't he go there?
Luka Doncic dumped probably because nobody wants him. Luka
I don't know,
Doncic,
bro. He's solid. Son.
Luka Doncic was
He really is
the
good.
MVP
He's a 6'8"
of that
point
league
guard.
at 16 years old.
Yeah, Doncic is obviously a freak, though. And Rookie of the Year come next week. But all right, guys, we'll jump over to NFL. Not much talk here yet. We don't want to bust onto the fantasy scene too hard. We've gave a little predictions here and there about dark horse teams, Super Bowl predictions here. Dustin, obviously, you're probably going to rock with the Patriots, your butt boy Tom Brady. Me and Matt have already posed the question last week. Who's your Super Bowl matchup this year? I took Nola, and as long as Brady's playing, it's freaking Patriots. And I got New Orleans winning it, and Breeze is going to ride off into the sunset. I think Saints got that this year. Of course, I'm going to say that every year, but I really do feel that way. Saints, who that's?
I'm going to go Patriots, Chicago Bears.
Oh, Lord.
Damn, I like the Bears.
The Bears are nice.
They got him
running back.
They got him a new running back,
Who?
David Singletary.
Who is that?
Oh, freaking
Oh, he's a
beast.
beast from FAU.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he's
yeah.
a beast.
They got a couple guys
They're
there, though.
saying he's going to be like Kareem Hunt. This year's Kareem Hunt.
I like to pick with the Bears. All right, dark horse.
Dark horse?
Like super dark. Cleveland, I guess, is still dark, but that's like a little dark.
Super dark.
Who'd you go with, Matt? I went 49ers.
Dude, I don't even remember. I think I don't even.
I went the Niners. I think you took the Bucks. No, I'm playing. Matt took the Jets.
Did you?
No,
really?
you took Buffalo Bills. No. A good dark horse that I didn't think of, though, legit would have been the Jags. I mean, think about it. They were 1 win away and really 1/2 away just 2 years ago.
That'd probably be my dark horse for the AFC would be the Jags, unless you call Baltimore a dark horse. Because I feel like
They're still
Baltimore.
a dark horse, I guess. But
I don't really think so. I think you can't be a dark horse if you make the playoffs all the time.
yeah, true. I say
But-
Cleveland or San Fran for sure. I'm rolling hard on San Fran this year. I don't know why. I'm just catching a vibe out of them. I'm going to put a little cheddar on them to win it all just in case. Just in case something wild happens and I can hedge it come playoff time. Imagine that freaking $50 bet pays like, who knows, like $700-800 probably.
My
At
dark
least.
Probably
horse,
better than that.
Minnesota Vikings. What?
That's not even a
Kirk
dark
Cousins ain't
horse.
even a damn
were
500
500
quarterback.
last
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Kirk Cousins is
expectations
trash.
are way higher.
Next. All right, so NFL news, we have a lot going on in the training camps and all that. Not much really, but I heard K1's really lighting it up. Of course, your teammates are going to hype you up if you're the number 1 overall pick and a rookie quarterback. But I'm also hearing from the teams they're practicing with and other coaches and scouts and stuff that he really looks like a solid NFL quarterback. So we'll see. I'll tell you one thing. I'll be drafting a couple Arizona Cardinals receivers in fantasy deep just in case.
Shoot, boy. I'll tell you who I'll be drafting.
David Johnson.
David Johnson.
Oh, yeah. He'll catch 100 balls probably.
Yeah, and probably only run
Hopefully.
100 times, but he'll average about 8 yards a carry.
Yeah, if they get offensive line, that's their thing, dude. They're freaking hurting. They're bad. I don't even
Yeah.
know if they went after anything in the offseason. Not that I've heard,
Oh,
but they
dude.
were like
Team-
absolute worst last year.
I want to know how high Larry Fitzgerald's going in fantasy next year. It's going to be scary. I saw the mock draft I looked at for fantasy.
His
had-
boy Dustin's looking at mock drafts, and we're still like 3 months away
No,
from
it was
season.
just the first one they released. And it had 9 running backs, 1 receiver in the first round. And then in the second round, it's Devontae Adams. It's Adams 1, Michael Thomas 2, which 11, 12. Michael Thomas 12. Someone 13, another wide. Julio 13, Antonio Brown 14. 4 receivers to start the second round right there altogether.
Give me Antonio Brown at 14 for the
Give me
bank.
like
Or
the 8th
Julio
pick
at
in the
13.
draft then for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
no joke.
I want the back.
You
end
know,
of
I
the draft
want
then.
low-key. I told Dustin before the show, I want Lev Bell. I feel like he's
Well,
about
yeah.
to ball out.
I
son.
want
Dustin said he went 4th on his. Sorry, that'll pose the
No.
question.
No, I didn't draft it. It was a professional.
Yeah, I know. You said. But like I said, K1 lighting it up. If y'all know who that is, it's Kyler Murray. Obviously, if you're freaking sleeping under a rock in Bikini Bottom, that's Kyler Murray. And then Daniel Jones, I heard, is good. I've even heard that he may be the starting quarterback at least midway through the season.
You heard what
I
the
say go
Yankees
ahead and
fans
make the
did to
move
him?
and do it.
He was at the Yankees game the other night, last night I think, and they showed him on the screen and everybody booed him. But whenever Brett Gardner came up, they all cheered.
Why would they boo that man, son? See, they hate him. Watch him be a dog. I hope he is just for that fact.
Oh, dude,
and
I'm-
I think he's going to be good,
I
dude.
think
I mean,
I'm pulling for
Oh,
him.
dude, he's Eli Jr.
I'm pulling for him more than I think I've ever pulled for a young quarterback because everybody hates him.
well, because Dwayne Haskins was such a big name, and it was the pitch perfect story for him to go to New York and freaking blah, 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 blah.
Him and Odell.
That's the
Would
thing.
would
Saquon.
Odell have stayed with Haskins, I wonder?
Huh?
No.
Freak no.
I don't know. All I know is Odell's going to be a dog. I'd be tempted to take
Yeah,
him
he
number
was
1
like
in fantasy.
number-
He's going to have 20
That's why I
touchdowns.
want like the number. You can give me the number 3 pick because Odell was like number 19 on the list.
Foolishness. He ain't going in Louisiana. In
Foolishness.
Louisiana, where we live, he will not fall
Yeah.
out of first-round play.
Fournette,
no.
Fournette was back to a 3rd round pick.
He was coming off a freaking tour, whatever, last year, and everybody still picked him juiced up. Give me Odell. But all right, I have this wrote down as the last thing for NFL. Way too early fantasy number 1 overall pick. I'm going first because I know y'all are probably going to follow me up with it, or at least Matt will. I'm taking Saquon number 1 just because. He's got to catch a freaking 100 balls easily, and he's going to run hog wild. They're going to let him because they suck. They ain't going to win games, so just let them run. Let them run. Let them be a beast.
I'm so caught up in between Kamara, Zeke.
Kamara would not be a
Zeke,
bad pick at
when
all.
Amari-
He's
when
by
Amari
himself
Cooper-
now, more touches.
When Amari Cooper came, Zeke became an animal. And now they got Amari Cooper. They got
Andy's going to play a full slate. Everybody got on my ass for drafting him last year, I remember.
yeah, me too. Amari Cooper, Randall Cobb, and the Gallup kid.
I heard Randall Cobb was kind of showing
Hey,
out in training camp. Y'all
and
heard
Jason
He probably
Witten's
plays Cole Beasley's role better than Cole Beasley.
Jason Witten's back pushing the line.
that? Oh,
They got
Lord,
Frederick back.
That boy's back ready to
They're,
get 10 more concussions.
They're all-pro center for the Cowboys. Frederick,
Oh,
he's
give
back.
me the number 5 pick and
Give me
please,
Zeke for sure.
God, please let me get Alvin Kamara at number 5.
You know, in our draft,
Yeah,
Zeke's
he
going
won't.
at the end though.
Yeah,
He's gonna be.
Kamara's
he's
gonna
gonna
go
be middle
stupid
first
high.
round.
I wouldn't be surprised if Kamara's the number 1 overall pick on one side of our fantasy league this year in the big
our
league.
big league, he'll probably be
Yeah.
on. But there's no reason he shouldn't be.
I mean,
Michael Thomas will go dumb high, of course.
I don't think you can go wrong with Gurley, Zeke, Kamara, or Barkley. If you get
Saquon, Bell.
Or
I think
David
the only
Johnson.
running back you could go wrong with this year, and you might get your ass burnt. Dustin told me before the show.
Ty Gurley.
Gurley got problems.
Oh, he
He
got
is
bad problems.
injury
His
problems, dude.
personal trainer.
And dude,
came out
I'm
and
telling
said
you,
that
I'm
it's
telling
gonna
you
be a
this.
week
Listen
by
to
week
this
thing.
though. If Todd Gurley is not 100%, which he is not, San Francisco is winning that division. Bet me. I'm taking them to win that division before the season
I don't
starts.
know.
Just for that fact.
Cooper Kupp.
I'm telling you,
was-
they're a 10-win team, and Los Angeles is taking a deep
But
step
they
back.
also drafted a rookie running back that's a dog.
I don't care, bro. He ain't Todd Gurley. He ain't going to get 20
Stupid.
touchdowns and 2,000 yards.
Stupid speed, like 4.39 speed.
I don't care. Speed kills, but I see Rams. I told Matt that last week. I see Rams taking a step back this year. I really
just
do.
think the 49ers spend their money in the wrong places.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Jimmy G's just that guy.
Like, we have Jerick McKinnon, right? Hurt. He's coming back. We signed him 4 years, $30 million. And then you come and you have, what's his name? Matt Breida balls out, averages most yards per carry in the league outside of Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones, that's my sleeper for fantasy next year. Average 6 yards a carry. But then you have Breida, and then you go out and you sign Tevin Coleman. What different is Tevin Coleman than Jerick McKinnon?
I like Tevin Coleman. I told y'all last year on the podcast he would definitely be an NFL starter this year for someone, but I don't know. That's a big shoes to
Well,
fill
I mean,
there.
you have
I
to
like George Kittle.
You had to grab
Yeah.
a running
yeah.
back.
Kittle's
Kittle's-
number 1 tight end this year. I
Kittle's
bet
in
you in
bits.
points.
Kittle's in
All right,
bits.
guys, let's roll out NFL, though. Let's not get too soon on y'all. We're still 11, 12 weeks out. We'll roll into NBA, and we'll make it quick. I know Dustin wants to start off. He's been dying these last few weeks to get back in studio and talk about his Atlanta Braves.
Before I left, I said, y'all get ready. Braves are about to start streaking. And what happened? Won 11 of our last 12. There's nothing these little boys can do.
Signed Dallas Keuchel. We forgot to mention that last week on the show, and Kimbrel signed with the Cubs.
Signed Keuchel.
2 good moves, which we predicted. Both
Here-
of those is
here's
potential landing
the-
spots for each of them.
Here's why the Braves are going to walk away with the East. We have better star players than the Phillies. And everyone's so high on the Phillies. Hunter's a Phillies fan.
No, I'm not.
So high on the Phillies. Our
I say
stars,
Braves win 100%. I say Braves are the second best team in the NL. I've
our
said that a while back.
stars are way better than theirs. Our rotation's way better than theirs. Our ace is 20 times better than Aaron Nola. Our bullpens are equally trash. And we have an all-star batting 8 in our lineup.
And I like everything you're saying, but at the end of the day, it comes down to more than the division. Braves made the playoffs last year. They're going to make it this year 100%.
But it's
They're going to win the
it's-
division this year, and they're going to get a high seed, and they're going to make it to the NL Championship because they're not going to have to play the Dodgers in the first or second round, and then they're going to get blasted by the Dodgers.
You know what I want to see from the Braves? Really? What I want to see? 2 things. Brad Hand. I want to see Brad Hand come be a Brave, which is probably going to happen. And the second thing I want to see him go to a 6-man rotation. Because Max Fried is getting worse every start, and Soroka's starting to get a little bit worse every start. So everyone's starting to get fatigued, and we still have Newcomb, who's not starting, who's been amazing lately. Gosman's going to come back. He's been dealing with a foot injury for months, apparently, which he still sucks. But he can give us innings. We got Kyle Wright, Bryce Wilson, Colby Allard. All of them guys can come up, and Tukey Toussaint can all take turns coming up starting games. The Braves starting rotation, they were saying, is like 8 or 9 deep if they want it to be.
And I agree with everything you said, and I'm looking forward to what Braves got. They're freaking rolling. They could win 95 games this year, possibly, with the streak they're on. And their division's weak.
I will say
my opinion.
one
I
thing.
think Mets suck. I think Phillies are OP, and I think freaking.
I'll say one thing.
I think Marlins are the absolute trashiest team I've ever seen in my
I'll
life.
boycott the MLB if the Yankees trade and get Max Scherzer. I will boycott the league because it's gonna happen, and I'm gonna boycott the MLB.
And they
What are
still
they gonna
ain't
trade
gonna
for
win.
him?
They still won't beat the
got tons of
Astros.
prospects.
Clint Frazier.
Giancarlo Stanton. Why you think they went and got Edwin Encarnacion? Giancarlo's trash.
Dude,
All right,
I
let's
would
get
love
into
to
that.
see
That
them
was
trade
next
that
up.
contract.
Yankees about to start returning a lot of players.
Yeah, Giancarlo's playing tonight. Judge is going to be back by the end of the week.
Just signed Edwin Encarnacion, like you said, the
Yeah.
AL home run
Hey, he
leader.
had a good first game last night.
Oh, it's one
It's
game.
fine.
0 for,
game.
0
Here
for
we
3
go.
with the golden sombrero.
No, 0 for
0 for
4.
4 with the golden sombrero.
4 strikeouts.
Yep.
He's probably jet lagged. He just flew from Seattle to New York.
Nah, he's
Yeah,
just
he
going to
just
go
went
back.
from the complete east to the complete west.
He's going to go back
West
to hitting
East.
about
West East,
230
whatever.
like he does every year.
Hey,
Shit, if he's dropping bombs in the
if he
middle
hits
of that lineup,
35
sorry.
plus bombs, it's all good.
Oh, he's hitting 40 plus.
Exactly.
Yep. This is the last year the Yankees got because Judge is due to get paid, and so is Gary Sanchez. And Luis Severino is going to be right, or just got paid, so they got no cap space.
That's the thing. He's not even pitching yet.
Yep. That
And
is
we'll
the
see with the
thing.
Yanks, like we say every week, the boys are holding it together pretty well for
Well,
what they
they've
have
been
right
getting
now.
wrecked lately, up until last night.
Yeah, but still, I mean, record-wise and
course.
stuff, they're number one in the AL East, right? Still.
No, I think
Ray-
the
Rays took
them
it back.
over.
Me and Dustin were talking the other day. They said they got to make them lose because they'll just set a record that
Yeah,
nobody's
they're-
ever seen if they just keep winning.
Hey, I
And then
like
big
it.
news for me, so excited to say it and see it. Altuve back in the lineup tomorrow. Heck yeah. Back
Yeah.
in there. Astros going to start raking again. Obviously, nobody's going to be able to beat them. Come on now. 100-plus wins. Easy money this year. Astros about to get litty. We need to go catch a game ASAP. We hadn't
really
been
do.
this year, and it's freaking
I
a third
do.
of the way through the season.
I
We need
do
to go,
gotta
like,
throw this
ASAP
out
next
there.
week.
I gotta throw it out there. Altuve's been trash for 2 years now.
Stop.
He
What
was
is
trash.
trash?
He
He's
hit
the best second
he hit-
baseman in the league.
He hit 250 last year, and he's hitting 245.
He did not hit 250
Look
last
it
year.
up.
Fact check that.
3 this year.
Yeah, right. With the 250 average last year. We got that fact coming up right now. Here it is. Here it is.
He hit
Boom.
300.
Altuve, 316 last year. Like 340 plus the 2 previous years. Altuve's that guy, bro. Stop it.
How's your on base percentage? 386. That's trash.
He's still that guy. Best second baseman in the league, hands down.
And then this
and
year,
will be for a
this
while.
year through 30 games,
Best
he's-
player on the best
no,
team.
40 games. I hate Alex Bregman, and he will shit on Jose Altuve.
No, not even career
Yes, he
wise.
will.
I hate to say it. Bregman
And
will be
Springer,
a first ballot. Hall of
Springer's
Famer,
hitting
but-
like 340 with 20 bombs. He ain't
Oh,
played in a
trust me.
month.
Trust me. I know. That's my squad. Best squad in the league.
Yeah, you picked them up on bandwagon a couple years ago.
They're
On their
local.
up and coming.
They're the only team. Louisiana don't have a team. Houston's right down the road. A hop, skip, and a jump away. Just because everybody ain't a freaking Atlanta Braves fan like you. Actually, everyone is. And I'll admit I was. I still am.
Who is a Braves
they're
fan?
Dude, everybody's a Braves fan, bro. Come
No.
on.
No.
not
You
a
see so
Braves
many
fan.
damn Braves fans. And then you see so many Yankees fans.
Oh, you see those.
All right, guys, let's bust out of there, though. We'll hurry up on College World Series. I ain't got much on it, but who y'all got winning it all? I'm going Vandy for sure.
I'm going
Vandy. Give me a handy.
Vandy. Michigan is shocking me, really.
Oh, they're solid. I mean, they
And-
beat UCLA and won Oregon State's regional.
And
Who's all still in?
Auburn lost out today, but I have to throw out there.
Auburn and Arkansas are
Me
bounced.
and my boss, or one of my coworkers, were talking. The SEC is so loaded. Auburn was the second worst team in the SEC this year and made it to Omaha.
It is crazy. Sadly, LSU didn't make it. If y'all didn't see, Florida State had to slide in there and take that spot. But you can't doubt Florida State. They have 20-something 40-win seasons in a row, bro. And they've been to Omaha 20-something times. So, I mean,
And they never won.
yeah, but still, they're still solid.
I do. You can't call that coach
Give me
the
Vandy
GOAT.
this year. Dustin Vandy. Matt, who you got? Throw a name.
West Virginia.
Nice.
Let's host
That's
the
like shit.
regional.
West Virginia ain't in it. Virginia ain't in it. Virginia Tech ain't it. Damn, I don't know who I'm going to go with. Louisville's close.
West
I do like
Virginia.
Louisville, though.
West
They're
Virginia
cold,
host a regional. Supposed to be on this mountain. They have a top 10 pitcher. He went in the top 10 in the draft. Ace Duke smashes them.
Duke was solid there. Duke smashed Vandy game 1.
Oh man.
But all right, guys, that's it. College World Series. Our 8 teams are Vandy, Arkansas, Auburn, Mississippi State, Florida State, Michigan, Louisville, and Texas Tech, with Arkansas and Auburn already being eliminated. So give me handy dandy Vandy to win it all. And on to UFC, where I'll wrap it up. But first, we had a great boxing match this week. My boy Tyson Fury went out there and beat the brakes off of Schwartz. It was a great fight. Went a whole whopping 2 rounds. Lasted about not even 5 minutes. Knocked him out ice cold. Did his little celebration. Put on a show for the fans. And he said one more fight. Because whatever reason, Eddie Hearn, boxing's top promoter, the UFC, the Dana White of boxing, will not immediately rematch Wilder and Fury. They want to hype it up and put it in 2020, blah, blah, blah. I don't care as long as they fight again soon. But I love it. Tyson Fury, that guy, best heavyweight possibly ever. Not going to go that far yet, but he's a
Shit.
beast.
Butterbean will knock him on his butt.
You mean Andy Ruiz Jr., the new Butterbean that knocked out freaking Anthony Joshua? I still can't get over that. That is the
You
most
saw what they
hilarious
said
shit ever.
Joshua's excuse was? He had a concussion going into the fight, but still thought he would win.
Well, Freddie Roach, I mean, obviously y'all know who that is. I'm sure that's like the boxing's top trainer, Manny Pacquiao's trainer all those years. Top trainer in the world, really. He said that before the fight, he said he told everybody, and they laughed it off, that Ruiz Jr. had the power to one-punch knock Anthony Joshua out. Everybody laughed. And obviously the odds makers laughed at the odds that it was. But that's it with boxing. I really don't care too much about boxing. They said Triple G and Canelo 3 is in the making for a rematch. They really need to get on that, please. Canelo's really probably the best in the game.
I cannot watch that fight again.
I can. I know it's going to be rigged as fuck, but
They literally
I'll still watch
stand
it.
there and throw the same punch 1,000 times.
But you got to respect it, dude. They're 2 top 10 greatest ever, really. But all right, let's bust into UFC and really talk about the greatest ever. International Fight Week coming up July 6th, UFC 239. John Bones Jones going to take another name, Bone Collector. He's going to beat the crap out of Santos. We already know. Then we got Nunes and Holm. Amanda Nunes, she's that bitch. Bad bitch. Watch out. We got Ben Askren and Jorge Masvidal. Masvidal swears up and down he's going to kill Askren. I'll believe it when I see it, and I'm not going to believe it. But we're not going to go far into those fights. Other news, we got a McGregor update. His coach Kavanaugh went on the Ariel Helwani MMA show on ESPN the other day. Coach Kavanaugh and said he 100% believes McGregor will fight in 2019. And right now, since the Khabib rematch has got declined, Khabib said, why would I rematch him? He hadn't won a fight in 3 years. He hadn't he quit versus me. He begged me. Khabib said he begged him to stop. He said, please quit in the middle of that
No,
fight. Please quit beating me.
He said, please don't kill me.
Yeah, please don't kill me. Begged him in that fight to stop. Khabib's just a bad mofo. But McGregor, they said right now it looks like Diaz. So we'll see. Diaz trilogy. You know it's going to be a money fight. So, well, I'd love to see Ferguson and him go. I'd hate to see McGregor's face after the fight. But he could win that fight. But I just don't know. After seeing Tony these last few, he's freaking balling out of control. And I think he has the greatest odds of beating Khabib. Frank said that a long time ago. He thinks if anybody will, it'll be Tony. But let's hope Dustin does. Right down the road, Dustin Poirier or Dustin Frugier, either one could probably beat Khabib.
I'll sleep Khabib.
Yeah, right. But that's really it, guys. Cerrone asked for the rematch. We've talked about him and Ferguson's fight last week. But he said, let's run the rematch back real quick on the same card as Khabib and Poirier, 242 in Abu Dhabi, Dubai in September. Let's just run that shit, and winners face each other. Tony and Khabib, most likely.
And then the losers got to face each other, too.
I would love to see that, too. Cowboy and Dustin, that'd be a good fight. But McGregor, where's he even fall in the lightweight division anymore? Who knows? Lightweight division's best division in UFC history at this point. You got freaking Khabib, Tony, Conor, Justin Gaethje, Poirier, Holloway fighting at 155 a lot now. Shoot, you got some freaking monsters.
No, what you got to
over
do,
there.
you got to talk about champ, triple champ, baby. Henry Cejudo.
Cejudo kind of pissed me off, though, the other day. He called out 3 fighters after the fight, and ain't none of them won since 2016. I was like, come on, bro. You got to do better than that. Call out Aljo at least, Funkmaster Aljamain Sterling, who's freaking been balling the bantamweight division. You got Juicehead TJ Dillashaw, who's gone for a long time. News on him, he said he took those EPOs, that's the steroids he was on. He said he did it for the weight cut. Hand slap to the face on that. I was like, dude, you took steroids to cut weight? Come on, bro. How foolish of a response is that? But anyways, yeah, that's it on UFC, guys. And that's it in general. We'll see y'all next week. But before we go, quick shout out to our sponsor, Legend Gear and Apparel. Go check them out at legendgear.co. We got a pre-order going on custom t-shirts, new designs coming up, sunglasses, wallets, hats, all kinds of stuff over there. So go check them out, legendgear.co. Facebook and Instagram at Legend Gear and Apparel. Use LND10 for 10% off. Check out the podcast on SoundCloud, iTunes, podcast app. Y'all can check it out all over on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Legends Never Die Podcast 1. Like and subscribe on YouTube, and we'll see y'all next week.